cutie pies. I am Lanikia, and you are watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is Days of Our Lives edition. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Today is Thursday, January the 4th, 2023. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to go ahead and give this one a solid 7. You guys tell me what you think in the comments. Um, okay, so we start off by seeing Johnny and Chanel. They're in the bed and she's telling him, oh my gosh, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Oh my gosh, what we did, I've never done that before. Oh my gosh. And I say, girl, what? But anyways, they're enjoying their morning after, getting to spend the night together. And they actually miss doing that. And then he says, let's do it again. And so she gets a phone call or a message. And she was like, I have to check it because it could be mama. Because he was like, don't check it. But she does. And it's actually RJ. Not RJ, child. EJ. EJ is hitting her up to let her know, I've been trying to reach Johnny and I need for you to get him to contact me. And so um she tells him, and he looks at his phone and he was like, oh my gosh, I have so many missed messages, because he put his phone on silent because he wanted time with Chanel. And so when he does that, he finds out that Holly actually OD'd. So of course he's going to the hospital, and Chanel gives him his keys and he runs off, right? So then we see where Abe and Paulina are at their place, and he's made her a breakfast. And all I heard was Texas toast, because Texas toast is so thick and big. I hate it. But he made her like eggs, I think some tomatoes and Texas toast and stuff. And she's like, okay, sausage. And she's like, okay. So she sits down. Excuse me, hold on. I need to clear my throat. So she sits down to this lovely breakfast he's made her, and they start talking. And he apologizes for the night before, and he says, you know, they slept in separate rooms, is what we're finding out. And she says, oh no, before that, she was like, oh my gosh, you made all my favorites. You remembered. And he was like, no, I didn't remember. And he was like, I'm sorry. And she said, no, it's okay that you didn't remember. He said, no, I'm sorry for the night before, because they didn't sleep together. He loves getting to know her. He's in love with her, but he doesn't want to take it there yet. And she's understanding of that and everything. So then Chanel comes in at this point, and they're like, oh, she was like, oh my, I'm sorry, am I interrupting? And Abe was like, no, I'm about to go get dressed. So then Chanel and Paulina sit down and talk. And she's telling her, what happened with you guys tonight? I see Abe is still here. And she said, oh, we slept in separate beds. It's cute and all that, we got to wake up and he made me this breakfast, but he's not ready to take it to the next step. So then they talk about Johnny, and she tells him about, oh, Johnny and I, we just chilled out and then we had a late night dessert. And then Chanel starts flashing flashing back to Johnny licking whipped cream off of her and everything. I said, now wait a minute. Did I ask for this? I know some of y'all love it because y'all love you some Johnny and Chanel, but I did not ask for this. And it's too early in the morning. But anyways, they're doing all this, and she said, and Paulina was like, "You tell Johnny to be careful because those late night desserts might not be good for you." And Chanel was like, I said, girl, a whole mess. But anyways, she tells them, because Abe comes out and they talk about Holly. And they're like, what is going on with Salem with all these drugs and everything? And so Abe and Paulina talk, and then Johnny talks to Chanel, and he just tells her that he's been with his dad, and that Holly, what's going on with Holly is just, it's too much, and his dad is out for blood on tape. And then he asks Chanel to meet him for breakfast. Now, Johnny, after he got the phone call, had went over there to EJ, and EJ is outside of, the hospital, and he's talking to Rafe at first over the phone, and Rafe lets him know that he'll let him know anything that's going down with Johnny and the and moving forward with the arraignment, anything, he'll let him know. And he asks him how Holly is, and he tells him Holly had another seizure. He says, "Well, EJ, just go be with Nicole." He said, "I can't right now. She was with Eric." And so then we see that Johnny comes over to speak to EJ because he's made it to the hospital, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, Holly OD'd," and he was telling him yes and everything, and he was like, "How's Nicole?" And he was like, "Of course she's taking it badly." And then he's like, "Why are you not with her?" He said, "Because Eric's with her." And it is what it is. Eric's with her. So he says, oh, okay, so you just been out here? And I said, dang, so not saying that Nicole and Eric are wrong because he loves Holly too. And I just think EJ is very understanding about this. But I also think a little bit of his anger he's taking out on Tate because he can't take it out on Nicole. He can't tell her, no, I don't want Eric around. She's been through a lot, right? So I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think about that. So, anyways, Johnny's talking to EJ, and he says, "This is all because Johnny's like, I can't believe she was doing drugs, but I don't know. You never know." And he says, "No, this is all Tate's fault." And Johnny instantly is just like, I don't know. He doesn't believe it, right? And he said, "This is all Tate's fault and everything." And Johnny says, "Well, I didn't want to tell y'all this, but Christmas Eve, Holly did get drunk." And he said, "What?" He was like, "Yes, she did get drunk." And EJ said, "Why wasn't I told about this?" He said, "Do kids really want to tell their parents they've been drinking and stuff?" And he said, "So it's not that far of a stretch to think that if she got drunk, that she could possibly have done, been doing drugs." He's like, "That's my bad because I should have kept a better watch on her at the party and everything." And that's something Chanel said as well. She said, "When Tate was looking for Holly, we should have been looking around for her as well." Um, and so the next thing we know, Johnny and EJ continue to talk, and he continues to tell him how he's going to make Tate pay because at the end of the day, Holly wasn't a drug user and she got into all this trouble after she met Tate. I said, "Child, please." This girl was smoking weed. This girl was all into weed and everything. But anyways, that's just how EJ feel. He wants to make someone pay, and Tate is the one who's he feels like is guilty, so he wants to make him pay. And somebody else said it in the comments as well. They were like, Tate was not even with Holly that long before the cop came up, and that's true too. Like he had really just got there when people are like he should have called for help immediately, like he just got there himself. Anyways, child. So then we go over here to um the police station. So John is in the room with Tate and Brady, and Tate is of course is fussing, excuse me, Brady is fussing at Tate because he feels like why are you taking the blame for this? I had this under control. And Tate was like, "You're not guilty, Dad. So why would I do that?" And Brady said, "You're not guilty either." And so I'm like, then why are y'all lying? Stop lying, saying y'all gave Holly the pills. And look, Miss Holly, you need to wake up. And so because I'm sure y'all I honestly, based on how they've been acting, if this was the other way around and Tate had taken those drugs, Holly definitely would not have been taking the blame. She would not be taking the blame like Tate is. But anyways, y'all, he they're just going back and forth and fussing, and Tate is like, "I'm a juvenile, I'll be tried in juvenile court, so I'll get off easier than you will." And so then we see John come in, and Marlena has pressed Tate's suit, and he was like, "What are you doing, Dad?" This is Brady. He was like, "Tate asked, so we did this," and everything. And Marlena's gonna be at the hearing, the arraignment. And so they just can't believe, that this is all happening. Now, on the outside, Teresa is thanking Justin for coming because, he's taking on Tate's case because, bail is gone, so she can't be the one to do it. Um, so he's taking on Tate's case, and she's thanking him when Alex comes up and he says, "I hired a ruthless lawyer." And I don't know why they're doing, like, Alex's character has always been kind of, I've always liked him because yes, he likes women, but he's always been nice. You know what I mean? He's always been a good guy. But the way they have him treating Justin is kind of jerky, and I'm like, that's not how he's treated him. Like he told Justin, "Yeah, thanks for coming, but we got somebody else." And Teresa is like, "Wait, what is going on here?" And because this is her child and you can't just come in with a lawyer. He said we need a cutthroat lawyer that's going to do what needs to be done to get Tate off, because he said EJ is out for blood. And Justin was like, well, I base mine on facts and the truth and all that. He said, yeah, we don't need all that. We need somebody whose mission is to get Tate out. And at that point, they're going back and forth. And then not EJ, Rafe comes up and he tells them, well, you're gonna need all the help you can get, because Justin saw Teresa and Alex going back and forth, and he's like, listen, I'll still do the case, but I'm open to have somebody consult with me. And Rafe comes over and he said, you're going to need all the help you can get because EJ is out for blood. And Alex is like, all the more reason why we need somebody cutthroat. So, anyways, Tate and Brady and John end up coming out. So they're all together, but Rafe is not there anymore. And they're all talking and they're about to go to the hearing. And so they leave and go to the hearing. And Alex tells Teresa, I don't want there to be any bad blood between us. And she said, I don't either. I know I sent you away. And he said, but Teresa, I have to ask you, you still think Tate had nothing to do with this? And she says, I have to believe my son. He knows what drugs did to us. We've talked about it many times. And I have to believe him when he says that no, he would never touch drugs. And he was like, okay, I get it. I understand what you're saying and I get it. And so then we see that, excuse me, John and Brady go for a walk and he says the same thing. He says, do you think, Brady is asking John, do you think Tate could have done drugs? And John tells him, deep in my heart, like my gut is telling me, no, he didn't do this. So we just have to have faith. So they all get together. Justin leaves with Tate. And so they're all just waiting around to hear back. And then Tate comes out looking all sad. And then he smiles. I got bail. I said, baby, this is a serious matter, but he is a child. Like he is a child. So I'm going to let it go. And so they're all happy. And he's about to leave. And then all of a sudden, Justin gets a call and Rafe gets a call as well. Child, EJ talked to this judge, and the judge has revoked his decision. He's overturned his decision, and Tate gonna have to he revoked the bail, and Tate gonna have to go to jail. I said, now EJ, now EJ, all the stuff you've done, you. Anyways, child, that was it. That was Days of Our Lives today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for an all new episode, or the final episode of the week, of what happened on the Soaps Days of Our Lives edition. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.